Hey yo, what's going on, Flash Mob? It's your boy Flash, and I'm back again with another video. And if you guys have been watching my HoneyBook videos for the past couple of weeks, we're now at the point where we can take all those services and things that we talked about and action them into one process that's going to help you close clients. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. If this is your first time here, welcome. My channel is all about helping you turn your passion into a paycheck whilst taking you along my filmmaking journey. If that's the kind of thing that you're into, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. I'm just going to start off really quickly and say if you haven't taken a moment to look at the previous HoneyBook videos, I would say stop this video, go back and take a look at those ones first so that everything that we talk about in this one actually makes sense and is something that you can actually start actioning in your process. Alright, so first of all, clients contact me in a multitude of different ways. I get DMs on Instagram or other social platforms. I get cold calls, just random phone calls, people calling me, word of mouth, text messages, emails, all type of different ways clients reach out to me. But no matter how they reach out to me, I always send them back to my contact form. And the reason why I do this is because it does a couple of key things for me. So the first thing that it does is it enters them into my client profile on HoneyBook and creates a profile for them. And with that being said, it answers the first initial questions that I need to know about them, i.e. what is their start date, do they have a budget, what's their project about, what services that they're looking for. All of that is taken into account when they fill out my contact form. And these kind of things are important because it lets me know, like, first of all, are you even qualified to work with me? Do you have a budget that will support your vision? And it just lets me know how serious you are. Do you actually have a timeline that you want to get these things done, or are you just talking right now? This is just a great way for me to gauge how serious a client is. If I tell them to fill out my contact form and they refuse to do something like that off the jump, it lets me start kind of figuring out what they are. Like, this person is probably going to be difficult, and I don't like dealing with difficult people. I like working with people that actually need what I do and are willing to do what I need from them to get that thing done. Most times when a client doesn't want to fill out your contact form, they might want your services, but what they're more concerned about is what it's actually going to cost, and probably they're just looking for, different quotes from different people, and likely they're just going to go with the cheapest option. So that's some food for thought. Now, this is important. There are going to be some clients that just don't want to fill out your contact form. What they want to do is hop on a phone call. And I try not to be rigid and hard to work with. So you know what? If they want to get on a phone call and I try one or two times to get them to fill out my contact form, but they're insisting on just doing the call, no problem. I'll get on the call with you. Cool. But when we get on that phone call, I'm asking them all the questions that I have on my contact form. There's no getting around that. Pretty much point blank period. I need that information to know what kind of client I'm working with and what they need from me. So yeah, after we get them to fill out the contact form, and this is for the people that actually listen, the next thing that we go into is getting them to fill out a questionnaire. And on that questionnaire, I want to know more things specific about their business and who they are. I want to know things like, who are the main decision makers for your business? If it's just you, do you have a business partner? I want to know. I want to know who you service. Who's your target group? Who are you trying to sell your products or services to? I want to know why you got started. What brought you to that industry, and why is it something that you continue to do? Those are the type of things that I want to know. Getting them to fill out a questionnaire is vital for my process. And the reason why is because it allows me to know who they are, who they're trying to service, and pretty much how serious they are once again. And then when we get onto a consultation call, I'm able to ask insightful, intelligent questions that let them know that I'm here to help. Good questions on a questionnaire also helps when it's time to have that conversation about budget. If I know what they're looking for and the outcome that they're also looking for via the information on the questionnaire, when we actually get on that consultation call, I can start formulating an estimated budget to actually charge them for what they need. So yeah, after they fill out the questionnaire, I'll give it a quick read, then I'll send them out an email with a scheduler that gives them the ability to book their consultation call with me. What's really cool is that HoneyBook also has a built-in scheduler. So when you send out the email, you can preset what type of calls that you're going to allow them to have with you and then send it out as an option for the client to book. What's also really cool is that you can connect it to something like Zoom and it will create video call meetings for you. Now, if this information is helping you guys in any way, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the future videos. And for any of you guys that are ready right now to go ahead and get started with HoneyBook, there is a 30% discount that you could take advantage of in the description below. For me, it's important to be on a video call with the client. And the reason why is because on a phone call, They can kind of be doing things in the background and not really paying attention to you. But on a video call, they have to give you their full attention. And when they don't, you can call them out on it. So what I mean by that is if I'm on a consultation call and I'm on video with them and I see them looking around, or I see them getting up, or I see them doing all these kind of things that's distracting them from my time with them, I'll straight up say, hey, you know what? It looks like you're a little busy. Would it be better to have this call at another time? And it's things like that that lets clients know that you're not about the nonsense. You scheduled this call with me. We're on this call right now. If we cannot have a conversation without you being distracted every minute, let's not do this right now. This connection call is literally where it all goes down. So they need to pay attention to you. What I like to do is go over that questionnaire with them and just start really understanding what they are looking for. And the reason why I repeat these questions during the call is because I want them to actually say it themselves. Tell me exactly what you're looking for. Then you just take the time to ask more follow-up questions to just probe a little bit more to find out what they're looking for and what their needs are. So when it's time for you to actually drop your quote with them, you pretty much have all the things you need to help rebuttal any of their excuses. On this call is where you actually want to also make the offer. And the way that I do it is very simple. After we have the conversation, I know all the things that they're looking for. I'll just say something like, hey, you know what? This is awesome. I think I know exactly what you're looking to have done. And we've worked with some previous companies before that were looking for something similar. And their budget was between $10,000 and about $12,000. How does that work for you? Then you just shut the hell up. Drop your number and shut up. Let them tell you exactly how they feel about what you just said. In that moment, one of two things are going to happen. They're either going to say, okay, perfect. That quote is exactly what I was trying to spend to get this done. Then you go directly into closing. And the way that I do that is simple. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to send you over the proposal. I'm going to help you process your first payment, and we can go over the agreement and get you officially started with us today. Or they're going to have an objection. Oh, that's a bit more than I was thinking about spending. And then what you're supposed to do while you're on this call is hit those objections head on. So instead of cowering away and being like, well, I don't know. Ask them, okay, well, what were you looking to spend to make this all happen? And at that point, they're on a spot where they have to give you a number. Now, if my quote is between $10,000 and maybe $12,000, if you're speaking with somebody that actually has like a real reason to get this done, they're not going to come back and be like, oh, I was thinking maybe like 500 or 1,000. They're going to say something more respectable around the numbers of maybe 8,000, maybe 7,000. And then it's upon you to figure out if that's something you can get done within the budget that they're proposing or walk away. And when clients start giving those objections as to why they don't want to get started, this is where you find out if you've been asking good questions or not. Because if you were asking the right questions, when they say something like the budget, or they need to talk about it, or they have somebody that they need to speak with, you can basically pull up the receipts from your conversation and be like, hey, well, on the questionnaire, it said that you are the primary decision maker. This isn't a decision that you can make on your own behalf. Then they got to answer the question. Or maybe they're saying something like, oh, I need some time to think. Well, okay, you just told me that you need to have this done by February 5th. Today's date is the 20th of January. In order for me to be able to do this, that, we need to get started now. And again, that puts them on the spot and it makes them make a decision. Basically, you just want to be able to find the root of their objection, address it, and then make a decision before the call ends. The entire key to a connection call is getting them to commit. If they leave that phone call without putting some skin in the game, chances are they will not be booking with you. I usually do a 50-50 payment, or I do like 3 payments depending on what type of project it is. And I'll take that payment on the phone up front with them right away and then set up how we're going to receive the other payments. But in the odd case where, let's say, a client is not able to give me 50% up front or even that 33% up front, I'll ask them straight up, what amount can you put down today to secure your spot with me to get this done? And even if they say something as low as like $300 is what they can do today, I'll say, okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and process that right now. And the reason why I process even the smallest payment possible is because once they have that skin in the game, they cannot ghost me. And even if they do decide to ghost me, it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to hold on to this $300 later and I'm on to the next client. Your objective, get some skin in the game so that you can move forward with the project. So now in a perfect world, let's say they made their first payment, they signed their contract. The next step that I would do is something like my onboarding process, where I tell them exactly what's going to happen next. We'll schedule another call. We will go through the process over the phone right there and then we just get to work. I'll be completely transparent with you guys. This process that I've created has been working amazingly. Pretty much, if a client goes from filling out my contact form to filling out the questionnaire to getting on a phone call with me, and we are able to secure that first payment, it's literally like 70% closing rate for me. If a client just falls off and they don't want to do the questionnaire, or they don't schedule the call or whatever, they just kind of just fade away, fine. But if they get on the phone with me and we go through this entire process, they book. And what's even crazier is in the next video that I put out for you guys, I'm going to show you guys how to set up automation. So half of those steps are done without you even having to think. And then all you really have to focus on is reading the questionnaire and closing the deal on the connection call. But yeah, for now, I'm going to leave it there. There's a lot of information that we can go through. If this is something that you want more details on and you want to see the step-by-step and even get access to things like my questionnaires and everything like that, Filmmaker Pro's doors are wide open for a lifetime membership right now at our early bird pricing. So if you like this, you want to learn more, you want to take some shortcuts, make sure you go ahead and follow the link in the description and enroll today. If you guys have any other questions, of course, always leave it in the comments. I try to respond to everything. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Just want to say thanks again for watching. And as always, remember to look, learn, and share. Take it easy, guys. Peace.